All right, welcome back to Talk Miley to Me. I'm Molly. That's
I'm
Becky.
Becky.
And today we have a special guest on. We have Brady Hoffman. Woo!
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on. If you guys don't know, Brady Hoffman is a TikToker. Is that like a good title? Okay, a TikToker.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
He's also
influencer.
Or influencer. I would say influencer.
I don't know. I would say like a bad influencer.
True.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
True. And we'll have to get into that too. But you're also a smiler. You're like a big Miley Cyrus fan.
Ginormous. Huge.
Yes, that's how Becky and I discovered you.
Yeah, no, I've been like seeing your TikToks around for a while, but then every once in a while there's like one where I'm like, this dude is a Miley Cyrus stan. And specifically, Brady, it was the one. This is like literally like a core memory of mine. It's your TikTok of doing a cold plunge, and you needed the strength of Cannot Be Tamed to get you through.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, literally that I every now and again, I swear it's like every 6 months, I'll like go through like some life battle and I'm like, someone play Can't Be Tamed. I need to hear this song right now. Like, and that's the only thing that'll get me through it.
That's incredible. That's Molly with bangers.
It kind of is,
oh,
yeah.
Really?
SMS bangers, yeah.
This morning I was walking into, I had a really big nursing exam this morning. Literally sitting in the parking lot, I played Can't Be Tamed because I had to amp myself up.
You
probably crushed it. You probably crushed it because of that.
I got an 80.
Yes! That's good.
It's because of Miley.
It's all because of Miley.
That's like an A+ in nursing. I do know that.
The average was a 52.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
shit.
insane.
Yeah,
Thanks, Miley.
I thought
Thanks,
I was failing.
Queen.
Like, I walked out the door and I was like, oh my god, I did so bad. And then I didn't. And it's because of Miley. I know it.
That's incredible.
I agree. Methinks it is because of her. The power is strong.
It's crazy.
Okay. First, in case people aren't familiar with your TikToks, kind of just like introduce yourself. How did you get started with TikTok? How are we like at this point here today?
So basically, when TikTok, I had Vine, and then what did it go to after that? Musical.ly, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not enter the Musical.ly phase.
Mm-mm.
I was never a part of it.
Me either.
Skipped straight from Vine to TikTok. And then I want to say it was 2019, I posted my first video. My first video I posted got like 11,000 likes, which back then was like crazy.
Yes.
And like that was like viral as fuck. And which was like crazy. I was like, holy shit, this is insane. and it was to the Brandon Rogers sound. It's like, kids, grab your shit, we're leaving. Like, I did that. And it was like, that like took off and I was like, I want to chase this high. Like, this is so cool. And then like, I didn't get another hit for like a very, very long time. But I was just like, I'm just going to keep chasing this. I never posted in like theory that I was going to make money off of it or do anything with it or go anywhere with it because I was going to school still. And I'm still in school. But basically, I would say I just started posting like my daily life. And then things really kicked off when I like became 21 of drinking age and was like hungover all the time. And I think that's where like the traction really gained.
For sure. Yeah.
And you're like, this is my life. You got 11,000 likes and you're like, this is my life now.
I was like, this is my life. I was like, does LA call me? Or like that's like...
Honestly, no, 11,000, that would be like crazy for me. Like if I got that today, I'd be like, oh my God, like I'm famous now.
Yeah.
So that's
You're
insane.
Going to the hype house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why weren't you a part of that? What the heck?
I don't know. I missed my calling.
I would say, yeah, I feel like your Hangover Diaries, is that what they're called? The Hangover Diaries?
Yeah.
Those are like some of my favorite videos that you've posted. They're so relatable because I feel like a lot of people have been at that point and you just like film it. Like not everybody has the courage or balls to just like, I am like looking like my worst. I'm feeling like I'm at my worst. I'm going to document it and post it. I don't know many people that can do that.
So many people, I feel like whenever time I post it, I'm like, there's thousands of people that feel the exact same way as me right now.
Oh,
like it's
for
Sunday
sure.
morning. Everyone wants to die right now.
Yes. That's
So
why.
I think
Yeah.
that was like my favorite.
I think that's why they do so well. It's because they're so relatable.
People
I
feel
think every
seen.
single time they pop off. It's like it's
Yes.
crazy. And like I've tried to like branch away from it, which I've started to do more consistently now.
Mhm.
Just because like school is so stressful and life is so stressful now that like I just don't go out anymore. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love staying home. And I'm like, how do I post hangover content if I'm not getting hungover? Like, so
Yeah. That's relatable too, though. I feel like everyone starts to like grow up a little bit and they just
yeah.
don't like Becky and I used to go out on the town all the time. I mean, our podcast was originally called Miley Moscato and More, and we would drink a bottle of Moscato every episode. And then
A
it got
whole
to the point where
bottle.
we're like, we cannot be doing this like every Monday. Like, we have to work our 9 to 5s in the morning, you know, like we have stuff to do and we're feeling like
Yeah.
not just hungover, but like the sugar and Moscato like was a little insane. So we did a rebrand pretty quick. But
Well, that's good.
yeah,
Listen, we all have to go through our bangers era.
I was
it's
So
true.
literally just about to say that. Like I was like, I
Yes.
feel like I was in my bangers era, but mine lasted like 5 years.
No,
that's all
same.
right.
No, literally same. Yeah, Becky
That's
and I look
okay.
at like old photos of us and we're like, so you were in your younger now era there. That was my plastic hearts era because I was caking on the
Yeah.
eyeliner. Like I was, you know, it's so funny to think of life in Miley Cyrus eras. And that's like a valid way to measure time, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I
That's
definitely do that
exactly.
still to this day.
Yes.
That's perfect. Something else about your TikTok is I know you've posted the Hannah Montana Power Hour a lot, which I wanted to
Yes.
bring up because I am like a huge Power Hour fan. And I think that was one of the best things that came out of COVID. There wasn't many things that came out of COVID, but Power Hours, I don't know if they existed before COVID, but Becky can attest because she used to live with me. I would play a Power Hour like every night and be like, let's do this Power Hour drinking game. Like, you know, fuck Circle of Death. We're doing a Power Hour where we can watch music videos. And you
I
brought to
love Power
light
Hours.
the Hannah Montana one, the Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus one.
I didn't even find that. My friend Perry found it because I did Power Hours like back in high school. They existed before COVID, but I didn't do them very often.
Okay.
Like I just thought they were like someone put a playlist up on the TV and I never really paid attention to it. And then we started doing Power Hours during COVID because obviously like the only activity to do during COVID was to black out like on a Tuesday.
Yes.
It's so
And
true.
so all of my friends, we get together and be like, let's do a Power Hour. I think I know every single Revelry and Coop Productions Power Hour like front to back. Like it's honestly sickening like how I'm like, oh, this song's up next. The Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus Power Hour, I can be in the next room over and I'll be like, oh, Fly on the Wall's next. Like it
Like
is so
drink.
bad. Like it is so bad. But
I
my
think
friend
Molly could
Perry
probably
found
do that
it.
too.
Yeah,
it's
no, I
crazy.
love it. I need an updated one, like with some new like Miley songs, you know?
Me too.
Because I think it only goes to Plastic Hearts, right? Or maybe right
Yeah,
before
it
that.
doesn't go to the very end. I think
It was like the
what is
beginning
I
of the
think the
Plastic Hearts
last
era.
You have to know what the last song is.
it is. It's um Heart of Glass.
Oh,
Yes,
of
her
course.
cover.
Yes, it's her yeah. Yep, that's the end.
Yeah, no, I started like making one back when I was really obsessed with Power Hours. I was gonna make my own Miley Cyrus Hannah Montana Power Hour. It's a lot of fucking work though. I like started it and never
like,
finished it.
you have to like buy each song, which is crazy. Like,
Oh, you
or
do?
at least I think. And
Yeah.
so I was like putting it in. They're like, oh, like if you can't find it, like you can buy it from the iTunes or the Apple Store or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, that could be like $60 I want to spend on a Power Hour. No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'd rather
I
buy
can
get
the
one
book
for
for
free.
that.
Because who's buying like
I don't-
iTunes songs now?
I did buy one actually. This was a few years ago. I bought Can't Be Tamed so I could set it as my
Oh.
alarm clock.
Well, yes.
So
Rolls deep for Can't Be Tamed.
It's
I
true.
know.
The last one
It's
I
so
bought,
bad.
Incredible.
Psycho Killer. I bought Psycho
Okay.
Killer
Oh,
on
wow.
because I was in like a Miley Cyrus stream and it was like 69 cents to buy it, and if you bought it you would get
course it
like
was.
a special title to, and I was like, well, we're a Miley Cyrus podcast, I have to support, and I was like, it's 69
True.
cents. And I remember when I bought it,
Yeah.
somebody in the chat was like, you guys really are Miley fans. I'm like, bitch,
Duh.
we just have this whole podcast about Miley Cyrus. So how long have you been a fan of Miley Cyrus? How deep does your lore go with her?
Oh god. The lore goes really deep. I think I want to say the first time I noticed her or like, well, it was Hannah Montana actually. It wasn't even Miley. It was, I don't even know if I saw it on Disney yet. I saw it like school shopping, like because she was on school supplies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like 7 years old and I can't have a Hannah Montana fucking pencil pouch. Like this sucks. Like I was like, because I'm a boy. Like, and obviously like now it doesn't matter, but like then I was like, I really want that. And like, so
oh, that's
then
sad.
it came out on like Disney and I started watching it. But like my whole entire family is Miley Cyrus stans. Like my brothers, we all watched Hannah Montana together. Like, so like that's where I think the lore really started. I want to say I was probably like, it came out what? Season 1, 2007. So I was 7 years old.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
that's
so I was
crazy.
6 or 7.
Yeah, that's nuts. You were so young.
It's been 18 years. I'm 25 next month. So is that quick math? Did I do that right?
Yeah,
It's not
I
20.
think so.
Yeah. Okay.
That's insane. Like that's like some of your earliest memories too.
Yeah, like that's why I'm such like so hardcore when I see comments or like videos. Like I will keyboard warrior her to the day that I die. Like I'm like, she raised us. Like she literally raised our generation.
Yes.
No, it's so true. Like I think about that's probably a big reason why she does have so many like diehard fans is because we were all so young when she came out, and I feel like we literally grew up like watching her grow up alongside us. And yeah, it's insane to think about. Not many other like pop stars are really like can really relate to that, I don't think.
No.
So did you stick with her like through it all when everyone was falling out?
Yeah.
That's a really good point because I remember 2013 VMAs, obviously when everything went downhill.
Yep.
The first
literally
battle.
My mom was like, that's Hannah Montana. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. This is amazing. And my mom's like, my mom's like, get it off the TV. Meanwhile, my mom is an ex-stripper. Like my mom, like, I don't know if you guys saw that TikTok that I posted.
I did.
My mom, who was a full-blown ex-stripper. So like, she's like, that's Hannah Montana with the foam finger. And I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I am an even more diehard stan. Like, I remember like taking my parents' computer up in my room and I was like, I'm rewatching it on YouTube. And my mom was like, that girl is just bad news. And then my mom fell back in love with her.
Okay, good. At least we got her back.
Yeah.
When did your mom like fall back in love with her? What era was it? Do you remember?
I
feel like Plastic Hearts is when like everyone did.
A lot of people jumped on the bandwagon at Plastic Hearts. My mom was earlier. I remember we were watching the MTV, you know, like how they would do the music videos. Malibu came on.
Yes.
And Malibu came on and my mom was like, holy shit, like that's Hannah Montana. Like that's her now. And then when she was on The Voice too, because we watched The Voice. That era, like the Younger Now era and everything, like is when my mom started to come back around.
Yeah. I think that one caught a lot of people before Plastic Hearts did because I remember it was the Malibu music video and everyone's like, oh, country Miley's back, Hannah Montana's back.
Yeah. Yep. So wholesome. It was so wholesome.
Truly.
Yeah, and she like did Jolene with Dolly and like everyone's like, oh, we've got our Miley back. I'm like, I never lost her.
No,
like,
she's been here.
I know. So speaking of like, we're talking about eras a little bit. What's your favorite era she's ever done?
That's so hard. I want to say, I feel like everyone's go-to is like Bangers because it's so iconic.
Yeah.
I think Plastic Hearts is my favorite.
Yeah.
I think
it was
her rock
so
era
fun.
I want her to entertain that again so bad.
I know. Yeah, I thought it was kind of an end-all. Like, I thought she was going to stick with that for a long, long time.
Me too. I was like, this is such a good niche for her. Like, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't Plastic Hearts go like #1 on the rock charts?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think she should go back to it.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to see that like style come back with her again with this new era. I just don't know what we're going to get, but with her wearing like black lately, like all black, I'm hoping she digs a little bit more deep into that Rock-Lee era. But the mullet was everything. I love the mullet. People hate on the mullet so much. I loved it.
So many people I feel like got a mullet because of her after that. Like that hairstyle came so back so quick. I feel like literally because of her.
Yes.
Truly with everything she does, everyone questions it at first and then the rest of the world follows suit.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like short-lived it was for her though.
Yeah.
It was so much. It was everything all at once, and then it was like such a stark difference. Like it was just done all of a sudden, just
Yeah.
over. We're into endless summer vacation.
Yeah, and it was like she was doing like I just remember it was like Howard Stern, like one after another. She was always on like these rock talk shows, and then all of a sudden it was like silence, endless summer vacation. I was like, huh?
Yes.
I wasn't done with Plastic Hearts yet.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, she did so much press for Plastic Hearts that I'm hoping we get that again with this new era because, yeah, Endless Summer Vacation, we did not get anything. It does seem like she's already done a little bit more than she has with Endless Summer Vacation, and the album hasn't even came out yet. But I feel like for Plastic Hearts, she did so many talk shows, like you mentioned, Howard Stern. She did so many covers. I feel like she did more covers than her own songs for performances.
During that time,
so elite.
It was so good.
Truly, she sings people's songs better than they do every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, Brady?
Literally.
Did you see the performances she just did over the weekend with SNL?
I did. I saw last night's, and then I saw she did Flowers, and then this little thing called Love, right?
Yes, Crazy Little Thing Called Love with the Queen cover.
Yes, I wish. Okay, I have kind of like a theory.
Spill.
Because like with her new song that came out, and like the way she's been going, like she sang last night, "What Nothing Compares to You," right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything is kind of like still kind of rocky, but still like a little love interesty and like deep. So I hope it's going back towards the Plastic Hearts era.
No, I think that you might be right. And it's supposed to be like Pink Floyd-y too, which is like technically rock, right?
Yeah.
Or like rock alternative, I want to say. Maybe.
Yeah. I think we're getting
I'm gonna eat
a little
up,
bit of rock.
either way.
I am too.
Oh yes, of course. I'm eating what's served, but
for sure.
Like so there will be no crumbs.
Brittany Howard was a big part of both of these performances. Why do we think that is? Like, is she going to be on this album?
I would love that. I hope maybe it's like a little Easter eggy moment and she's kind of toying with us. I think that would be really interesting. As much as I love collabs, I like am so selfish. I'm like, you're just so good on your own. I don't think you need them. Like, you don't need the features on your album. You're that good.
And I think she knows that too.
I think she knows that too.
They're few and far between these features, and I think she really picks out the ones that are important to her.
Well, I think of like Brandi Carlile she performed at her New Year's Eve special right before Endless Summer Vacation came out, and then Endless Summer Vacation came out, and she was on there. And Sia. Yeah. So then I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes when she does these like performances with random people, I'm like, now I'm skeptical. I'm like, okay, are you going to be like, is she going to be like a feature on the album? I don't know. I think the first performance she did with Crazy Little Thing, people weren't really vibing with that performance. What did you guys think of it?
I thought it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. Her voice sounded incredible, and all the growls, it was killing me.
Yeah.
I will say, I think the cover last night, because I what I was reading about, she was sang it Prince's cover of, so like Miley covered Prince covering, what is it, Sinead O'Connor?
No, Prince had the original. And Sinead O'Connor covered his. I just learned this. I just learned this today.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So I like the way she sang it on her Attention live album when she mashes it with
Me too.
We Can't Stop, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She sang it way better on that version than last night, I think.
I agree with that. That's what I was thinking.
And my dad, like, he never like hated or disliked Miley, but like he found like such a newfound appreciation, especially after what was the Netflix talk show she just did?
David Letterman.
My dad watched that whole episode with me, and he was like, "She is so good. Like, I would love to go to a concert. Like, if she ever tours again." And then, like, his Kurt Cobain's cover of "Nothing Compares to You" is like one of his favorite covers ever, and he was like, Miley like holds it right up there because I showed him the cover of on her Attention album, and then last night he was like, she didn't do the cover as good as she did on the one you showed me. And I was like, I know. I was like, I know. I really hoping she was gonna do that version.
I know. I wonder if it's because she wasn't doing it solo, and I felt like it felt kind of like restrained, like she was holding back a little bit. And I don't know if that's because she was trying to match Brittany Howard's vibe, which she has a lovely voice. So I don't know. It just, that's the only difference, between the two, is that she did it solo versus with someone else.
Yeah. And Miley's obviously a powerhouse. Like, she's, like, if there's someone else, like, she's going to be in the forefront of them. And
yes.
Miley, I would say, is very good also at sharing the limelight, which is good.
Yes. Yeah, she's good at usually matching the other person. I feel like always will come across a little bit more like loud because I think that's just how she is. But
totally.
I definitely think she could have done those performances by herself. But
I know, I'm dying to know what that pairing was all about.
I know. If I clipped that,
we'll find out sooner or later.
People would come at us and be like, Brittany Howard is talented. Don't.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I would never.
No, she is.
Yeah, she is great. It's just so random. But that's how I felt about Sia and Brandi Carlile too. I was like, so random.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. And okay, so if we're talking about Easter eggs, did you guys, to get all like Swifty on the Smilers here, I saw someone pointed out that when she was singing, she said it's been like 7 hours and 13 days.
13 days.
But that's the Prince version. That's why.
Oh. He had different amount of days than Sinead O'Connor?
Yeah, and why is that?
Okay,
I don't know,
never mind.
Sinead O'Connor says 15 days, correct?
Yeah.
I know. Why'd she change? Why is there a change? I wonder.
I didn't realize that Prince came up with 13 days. All right, never mind.
Or it was, I know.
You're
because
like totally Taylor Swift.
I know, because she's not thinking about that kind of stuff. I feel like she's not on the Taylor Swift. She's not going to leave Easter eggs.
No,
she's
I don't think so.
Y'all wanted the album here.
Yes. Yeah, she's too tired to be leaving Easter eggs like that.
It's true. It's true.
She's booked and busy.
It's true.
She is. Kind of going back to the TikTok thing, I see you have a dog named Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
And how old is Cyrus? I want to know more about Cyrus.
Is 2. He turns 2. May 15th is his birthday. I got him when I was living in Florida last year. I got him last September, and he was already 4 months old or 5 months old or whatever. And I was looking for his specific breed, but I was like, I really don't want to buy right now. Like, if I come across one, I really wanted either a Bernese Mountain Dog or a Clumber Spaniel. And Clumber Spaniels are like very hard to find. There's not very many breeders in the US. Like, there was one in Washington. There happened to be one in Florida that I didn't know about. I'm scrolling Facebook one day. I don't know this woman at all, and it was like, someone please adopt him, like, he's 4 months old, like, he's the last of his litter. And I messaged her and I went and got him the next day, and his name was Clyde at first, and I hated it.
Yeah.
For 3 days I'm calling him Clyde, and I'm like, Clyde,
like he's some old man.
Yeah. And so then my friend Lauren has I forget the breed of dog that she has, but it's the same breed as Miley. It's the white one, like the white fluffy one.
Okay.
And I was like, I feel like I just needed like a 2-syllable name for him. It's Clyde isn't rolling off the tongue. She goes, well, I almost named Kodak Cyrus. And I was like, wait. So I went home that night and I was like, I'm just gonna try it, see if it fits. I let him out on his leash and he's going to the bathroom, and I literally just like, Cyrus, and like he like turned his head and I was like, that's your name.
Done.
It's a sign. Oh, I love that.
So, and he is a super Miley fan. Well, proclaimed by me, but
of course. because he kind of helped Miley get a Grammy. I saw that TikTok too. You put a t-shirt on him. You put a Miley shirt on him.
I'm not gonna say I had anything to do with it, but my dog Cyrus did. I put my Miley Cyrus crop top on Cyrus before the Grammys, and she walked away with not only her first Grammy ever, but bookend Grammys.
Not to brag, but I know it's because of him.
Cyrus. Thank you so much, Cyrus, for your service.
That is such a good idea to like, you just put like a regular like human t-shirt on the dog. It looked like it was a dog t-shirt. Aww.
It was a crop top.
Okay.
Love it.
It was one of my going out shirts.
Oh, I love that. Was it the Attention Tour short shirt? Was it that one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. And
it's coming back
wearing,
now.
like the purple, like latexy, spandexy type.
Yeah. Like off
leotard,
the shoulder, I think,
it is.
type of thing. Yeah. That aesthetic we needed more of. Like, why was that only a live album? Why was that not a whole era?
And the way it was only like 7 concerts.
Right.
Yes.
Literally, that was it. I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was really cool that she gave an era for just going on a concert run.
Oh,
I know, but
amazing. I just
it deserved more.
wish I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see any of it?
Funny story, actually got offered to be sent by this management agency that I was working with at the time through TikTok, and they were like, do you want to go to, it was Corona Fest in Mexico City, I think is where she performed, like the last one. And I was like, it was like 3 days before the festival, like they were like, it's a last minute thing, like do you want to go? And I was like, I have finals like next week. I was like, and I also can't find anyone to fly out like tomorrow to Corona Fest to Mexico City by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go to Mexico City and like get hammered and like
right.
not come back from my finals. Like I'm like so afraid of going to any country by myself. Like, so
Yeah.
that, and I kick myself in the ass every single day for not going.
You were being responsible,
it was probably
though.
for the best, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because it was like
dang.
110,000 people or something like that.
It was crazy.
And I was like, no, I would have actually had a panic attack and died.
For sure.
Especially by
Like,
yourself.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And then you're just worried the whole
Like-
time, probably.
Yeah, like figuring out transportation and like I was just too scared to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know Spanish?
Well, dang.
Nope.
See, that's me too. I would literally have to be Google translating every motherfucking thing, like with the app.
Yeah, I'd be like
and
Duolingo, and I'd be like,
yeah.
I'd be like, I'm here for Miley Cyrus. Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
That's all
Points
you
to
need to know.
shirt. Wear the Miley
Yeah.
shirt and just point. Like, help me.
Please get me here.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Miley in concert?
Nope. I
Oh,
want to so bad. Me and my little brother Garrett actually put on a performance for my parents. And of course, it was 2008 during the recession. And we were like, please take us to see Hannah Montana. It was Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers. And
yes.
obviously, like the recession, we had no money. My parents were like, we can't take you to a concert. And I was like, this is the worst day of my life. Like,
The performance
no, I've
didn't
never
even
seen her.
work.
The performance is a canon event as like a Smiler. Like if you didn't like put on like a living room show performance when you were younger, looking like I just looked awful. Like I literally looked like a boy with like glasses and I just looked awful and I was trying to like strut around like a pop star. But that's a canon event. And the recession era, that's so real too. Because I remember I went to that concert. I went to the Best of Both Worlds concert, and my mom was a bartender at the time. The only reason we could go is because she put out a jar while she was bartending, and she put like a sign on it, was like money for Hannah Montana concert tickets. And she literally like raised money that way for me to go because I was
that's
like,
amazing.
yes, but yeah, we straight up had no money, and I was like, Mom, I have to go see this show.
What an icon.
Yeah,
I don't
she
even
had-
remember asking. I think I knew that the answer would be no. I don't remember even like asking
She had
or
dads
dying.
racing in heels for like concert tickets.
yes. And I'm pretty sure that was one of those like heel racing things was in St. Louis, because I think she did the opening show in St. Louis.
That's right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to go so bad.
Well, I'm manifesting you to see her one day.
Yes, me too.
I think you will. I'm
I
manifesting
had
it.
at one point, this is like, I'll tell a very quick story. Like during her New Year's Eve thing, I flew back down to Florida like 5 days early because I was like, I'm gonna sneak in.
Yeah.
And I was banking on her doing a third year. I didn't know her contract with NBC was only 2 years. So I was on like Hinge, and there was like a bunch of guys down there, like, and in their prompts were like, oh, I'm only here for like Miley Cyrus's New Year's Eve thing. I'm like, match.
Yes.
Match. I'm like, do you need a +1? Do you need a +1?
That's amazing.
And I didn't get to go, but I like asked them how they got invited, because they were like, oh, like I posted this thing on Instagram and Miley reshared it to her Instagram story, and like that's how like her management agency reached out to us like a year later. So then this is where like I was so delusional. When Used to Be Young was premiering, I like shared something on my TikTok, and she shared it to her Instagram story, and I was like, ticket, I'm going to New Year's Eve next year. And then my friend was like, you know, the NBC contract was only 2 years. I was like,
I know.
I was like, I keep catching these L's, and I'm going to literally jump off a bridge. Like, so.
Oh man, well, you're getting so close. The next one's gotta be you'll see her on the next round of whatever
The
it
next
is.
go around, I'm there.
You know what it's
whatever
gonna
it
be,
is.
guys? We're all gonna be at the Super Bowl. Hello.
Oh my god. It's that time of year
This is, like,
again for everyone to talk about.
Literally.
Miley's gonna be at the Super Bowl next year.
Miley's
Like
in
imagine how tired we
talks.
are. Imagine how
it's
tired
like
we
what
are.
the fourth to like third or fourth year they've been saying this.
I know. Yeah. And like all the GP, all the general public people that we know, like send Becky and I the like gossip links about Miley's going to be at the Super Bowl next year. I'm like, she's not,
Girl.
but it's fine.
I know. I'm like, thanks for sharing, but no.
Yeah, this happens
No.
every year. Right after the Super Bowl every year, there's like rumors Miley's going to be there next year. And I'm sick of it.
I think people that do like the Super Bowl, and like my friend said this to me one time, it's not always, but usually people that like are about to release an album or something that they need a comeback. So like the Super Bowl brings the spotlight back to them. Miley has never left the spotlight. She doesn't need
She's
a
never
comeback,
needed
you know?
it. That's so true.
I know. I think one day she will. I just don't think it'll be next year. I'd be very surprised if it was next year.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an invite to the Chateau whatever. I'm trying to get that.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
Yes.
for real. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that she does like another like festival run or something. I don't think she will be this year, but maybe next year. Because all the lineups have like dropped for this summer. So
Yeah.
I know.
After I hear the music, I feel like I'll know if she's going to tour it or not, because I remember hearing Endless Summer Vacation and I'm like, she's never going to perform this live. That she's not
Yeah.
touring this. It just
Yeah.
wasn't for that.
I agree.
is Can't Be Tamed your favorite album?
I would say, actually, no. I think I'm looking at my vinyls up on my wall right now. I want to say, honestly, either Plastic Hearts or Breakout.
Breakout.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That's
Breakout
like
has some really good ones on it.
it does. Yeah.
It really does. I was playing just music in the background today and Bottom of the Ocean came on and my roommate was like, "Oh my god, I used to cry to this song." And I was
Which
like,
roommate?
"I still do." Sheridan. Yeah.
That's
Well, and like
interesting.
Ordinary Girl is trending right now, and so is
Yes.
Goodbye. Like Goodbye's popping off on
Goodbye.
TikTok right now too. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh my god, I love that song.
No,
Yes.
because when I found out she wrote that song about Nick Jonas, I was truly gagged. And I said, they're going to get married one day. They're end all. And they're not, but it's fine.
Yeah, and then
It's
they
not
had
too
them
late.
performing together at like New Year's Eve. The drama was crazy.
The drama was so crazy. So many like clowns last night on Twitter were like, Miley and Nick Jonas are at the same event.
Yeah,
And
to
people
watch her perform.
to watch her. Yeah, he had to watch her perform. Like when he's like married with children and she's with Max. Like the clowning
Yeah.
was so real, but there were so many people talking about it. I'm like, how are y'all still? I mean, I'm this person. They're still it's kind of like Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, like they're end all,
Mhm.
you know, like they're
Yes, of
gonna make it.
course.
Yeah, like at the end of life, they will be together. That's kind of how I feel about Miley and Nick.
Oh,
But
absolutely. We can
one
in a
can
perfect world.
dream. I want to talk about Hannah Montana a little bit. If you had to pick a Hannah Montana moment or episode that impacted you the most, off the top of your head, what would you pick?
I wouldn't say it impacted me the most, but it's the one that I go
Like,
to all
Most
the time.
memorable.
I recite it a lot. It's when Miley's in the science room and she's singing for Lily because like Lily's going up against Amber and she's singing I Got Nerve and the spider is crawling up her. Me and my little brother will randomly just be like, I got spider! Like we'll just scream it like randomly.
I got spider!
And
Love
like
it.
it's still to this day something we say all the time.
That's so
That's
cute. That's
amazing.
so niche, but like that's so real. Yeah, that was a good episode. How did they not know she was lip singing? Like, come on.
Yeah. Like Hannah Montana's coming out of Lily's mouth. Like and
Right.
and Amber
And
like they're
she's
like,
just
she's really good.
Yeah, no shit.
She's really good. Spider. That's a good one.
I love that.
That's a good one.
Oh, but no, what does she say? She goes, she sounds amazing. And she's like, amazingly bad. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had a voice like that. She sounds exactly like. Shut up. But she's amazing! Amazingly bad.
I remember being like 11 and being like, those cunts.
I literally wanted to like jump through my TV and like strangle them.
Me
Yes,
too.
every day. Yeah.
Ew. tss.
That would make me
Ugh.
so mad. Like I was just as mad as if they were doing it to me.
It's
Mhm.
true.
I thought personally, this is so delusional. I literally thought that I was the only person that knew that Hannah Montana was Miley Cyrus and vice versa. Like, I thought I was the only one that knew the secret. Like that.
Oh, but you were 6 years
Like, I was
old.
like-
Like, let's be honest. That's kind of confusing for a 6-year-old, you know?
Yeah, like I was like, I can't tell anyone. I was like, I can't tell a single soul. Like,
I have to keep her secret.
this is actually the funniest story ever. This is how delulu I am.
I love
I remember
it.
one time I went into my mom's room bawling my eyes out after watching Hannah Montana. And I literally said to my mom, and I was like, Mom, like, I don't ever want you to die. And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, my friend Hannah. And she was like, what? I was like, Hannah Montana, like, her mom's dead. And she was like, okay. Like,
Oh my gosh.
like I
That was so
genuinely felt
dark,
like
though. Her
I
mom
was like
dead.
connected with her.
Brooke
Oh,
Shields.
wow. My friend
Mhm.
Hannah.
My friend
and then I was like,
Hannah.
who's Hannah? Like from school, and I'm like, Hannah Montana.
Hello.
The icon, the legend. She is the moment.
Like-
Come on now.
Like, no, not my friend Hannah from school. Like,
like,
that is so
If
sweet.
you're 6 years old, I'm like, that makes sense. That tracks. I think I
Yeah.
was like 9. I feel like if I was any younger, I would have been absolutely confused, you know? Like, I was already a little
Oh, yeah.
confused, let alone I would have definitely thought she was a real person.
And also,
that show had me going through the emotions at
no,
6 years old.
literally, and we had to go through not only a breakup but a cheating breakup. At like
Yeah,
when
and Blue Jeans
um,
like running away.
oh,
Yeah. Oh, when Jake Ryan cheated on her, I'm like still scarred. Like, how is Disney gonna do that? That's like rated R. And it was a picture of him kissing a model. Kind of. That's not for Disney.
Yeah, and then doesn't he come back down in the parachute after that? Like the next like episode is like,
Oh no, that
I
I think that
think-
was when like that was season 2. But she
yeah.
poured the smoothie on his head. That was just her like,
yes.
I don't like you, because he left and he kissed her and left to do that movie and then
Mhm.
came back and was like, we can be together now, and she was like, hell no.
No.
And then he was trying everything to get her back. But I think he cheated on her season 4, right? When the picture came out, because I remember
Because
she was
weren't
Santa
they-
Claus. She was
Yeah, they
Mrs.
were-
Claus.
Yes. Yes. That episode is so funny. I still watch that show like to this day.
yes.
Oh no,
and it's-
same.
I'm sorry,
It's-
I might be a little biased, but it's still so good.
It's my favorite
Yeah.
comedy.
The comedic timing in that is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And like we were just
I
talking
love
about,
it.
like they're pretty adult like plot lines here that we're dealing with.
Mhm.
Yeah, like her mom
That's
being
crazy.
dead, getting cheated on. Didn't Jake Ryan try to get married at one point to Tracy?
Yeah, ciao.
Ciao. Also, like, how
Uh,
old is Tracy and Hannah Montana? I have questions,
She's
because
at
she
least
straight up acts
35.
like, at least, and they're like friends. They're like close friends, because she's like acting like a full blown adult in
The
this.
beef between Lola and Tracy is my favorite plot of the entire fucking series. It's
No.
so funny.
So funny.
Because Tracy, you're like 30. Why are you fighting with like a 14-year-old?
Like they beef heavy. Like the beef is crazy.
Oh, I saw
Oh.
something online and it said, every time I see the Olipop drinks, I think of like Oliver Oaken, because you know how Lily would call him Olipop.
she would.
Yes.
I cried. So it said every time they see the Olipop drinks, they think of, and it was like a picture of Oliver Oaken.
Hey, marketing team for Olipop, if you're listening, you need to get on this.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine Mitchell Musso dressed like, like how Mitchell Musso used to,
Oliver.
yeah, Oliver.
That's a demographic they need to tap into.
It's
I
so
agree.
true.
I would buy it.
I would.
that would be
I
so
already buy
good.
Olipop.
Yeah.
And make it a Super Bowl commercial while you're at it. Why not?
Get to
and
it.
put me in it.
Yeah, put
All three
Brady
of
in
us.
it. Yeah.
All of us.
If you had to pick one Miley song to be your life's anthem, which would it be? I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
It's not gonna be Can't Be Tamed.
Okay.
It's Slide Away, and I actually have it tattooed on my arm.
No,
Oh
you
my
do not.
gosh.
Yeah.
What's the tattoo? Can you show and tell?
It says move
Oh.
on, we're not 17.
I
Oh,
love that.
So I
That
got
is, like,
that.
so good.
I got that last year, actually blacked out on St. Patrick's Day, but I got it because I just gone through a breakup.
Oh no! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
And so I
laugh.
just no, you're good. It's a laughing matter. You're good. Like I just went through a breakup, and I was like, move on. I'm not 17. Why am I harping? Why am I holding on to this? It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And like,
Ah.
I love
so then
that.
I literally went and got it. But like, I think that song is so. Like that song is deep as shit. Like I listen to that
Yes.
song all the time. And what's crazy about it is like before I listened to the lyrics and really studied it, I picture this like this is like where my head goes. I was like, this song driving down like a beach coastline with like a top down on a Jeep is like so monumental. But I was like, but also it's like a really fucking sad song.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like heartbreakingly beautiful. Like it's so heartbreaking that it's beautiful.
But like something about it is so like oceany, like with your like, and I'm like, but it's not like that at all. Like it's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that answer.
Yeah,
I love
do
that you
too.
have that tattooed too as like a like a reminder.
That's like
I
proof
literally
that
look at it every day.
Yeah, you're a real Miley fan. Because I don't have
Truly.
a Miley tattoo. Becky, we need to get on
actually,
I know, I think we do.
these are also inspired by her. She has her birth parents' years on her hands too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good idea too. She has so many tattoos. That'd be a good
Her
idea to
tattoos are
like
iconic.
copy her. Yeah. She has so
Yeah, I
many
saw, like,
different options.
She had her birth
I'm gonna
parents,
get the
and I was
Just
like,
Breathe.
I love that. Period.
What if I did? That's like
That's
her most
chuggy.
iconic one. That's her first one.
I know, but
And then she
it's
also
like
has the
the
Dreamcatcher on her
Dreamcatcher.
side, doesn't
Yeah.
Those are both
I love the
so
motorcycle
chuggy.
on her bicep.
Yeah.
I want to do an episode about every single one of her tattoos, but I
God.
feel like that's going to take so much research because she
We
was
don't
in an
even
interview
know.
where she doesn't even know how many she has. Because I feel like she
Yeah.
got so many when she was hanging out with the Flaming Lips that she's just like, oh, she probably sees a new one every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she probably has some that we don't even know about.
I was just today, like, when they were posting her SNL pictures, I was like zooming in to look at them.
I love them. Some of them are so cool.
I think that
Some
they're
of them
all
are,
so
yeah.
cool. I love how they don't match, but they do in like the way that they're all just like black lines and dainty, but just like random and
Yes.
cute. Yeah, I think they're really tasteful.
Yeah, they're very
I
small
love her
and
tattoo
dainty.
style.
The Dreamcatcher is the biggest one.
I
No.
think so.
I
She has
want
a
it.
tramp stamp. That one's pretty big.
Yeah. I
Why
like
do I
her
call
hand
it that?
tattoos.
I love her little finger tattoos. Yeah.
That's the only thing I know how to call it, a tramp stamp.
I want to get a
But-
tramp stamp, low key.
I know.
get a
My mom
tramp
has
stamp.
one.
My mom does too.
Methinks our moms are similar. My mom ran a
Agree.
bar. Your mom was an ex-stripper. They both have tramp stamps. I'm on my mom's tramp stamp. My name is.
That's tea.
It's an 8-ball too.
Wow.
It's 3 8-balls with her kids' names above them.
I think my mom's is a heart and like barbed wire going from the
Oh,
sides
that's
of it.
cute though.
Yes. Hot.
That's very like
Yeah,
80s, I
very-
feel.
Yeah, it's very like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Yes. Cute. Okay, which is your favorite Miley controversy? Is it the VMA performance or is there something else that like sticks out to you?
I think the VMAs is a very good one. I also think like I don't know if it's like a controversy, but like the weed scandal. I love the weed scandal.
Yes.
It's great.
And I don't know if like it's really a controversy or anything, but her whole like era when like she went from like during the divorce and she like she was always hot, but like the divorce and all of a sudden she was like, yeah, I'm like actually hot as shit. Like look what you're missing out on. And
Yes.
like that is like one of my favorite things too.
Yes, when
Like,
she
she
was with
That's
like
stepped
a
out.
good
Caitlyn
one. That's
Carter.
not talked about a
Yeah.
lot.
That was a controversy, I would say, because those pictures of her kissing Caitlyn Carter, is that her name? Those
I
came
think
out.
so, yeah.
I think
and
so, yeah.
She was on a girls' trip. And
Yeah.
those pictures of her kissing her came out and they had both just divorced their husbands. I was like, that is too good.
Allegedly, that's what I want to say. Is that what rose-colored lenses is about? I think
that's
I
what
know she
the
wrote.
streets
That's what they
say.
say. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
The
rumor.
streets.
The streets.
I keep saying that way too much. I like said it in like casual conversation at work the other day. I was like, yeah, the streets are saying this. And they're like, the streets? I'm like, oh yeah. This is
I have a
not
bad
Twitter.
problem with saying period to like patients in the dental office. I'm like, oh
Yes.
period. I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah, right. Or like gagged. I say gagged too
Yeah.
much. Like in a work meeting, I'm like, yeah, they were gagged. And everyone's
they're
like,
I will literally like I work in a restaurant and I'll be like dropping off a plate and I call everything she. I'm like, oh, careful, she's hot. Or I'll walk in
yeah,
and be
you
like,
do.
here she is. And I'm like trying to sell the space, calling it like she's a beautiful woman. Of course she is.
I love that. Giving like objects pronouns. I love it.
It's so
But
fun.
yeah, it's just like when you're chronically online, it's hard to like talk to the GP without sounding
for
like you're
real.
nuts.
And then when we
No,
call people the
absolutely.
GP, I'm like,
Well, exactly, and that's
Yeah.
exactly it. No one else.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Okay, so you have a Miley Stewart summer every summer? Question mark.
I would say I have a Miley Stewart summer every summer, but I would say that I definitely live more of a Miley Stewart lifestyle as far as like the Hannah Montana movie. Like,
Okay.
I live on a horse farm, so I'm always riding my horses, but it's not as glitz and glam. Like right now we've had like so much rain. It's just like I'm covered in horse shit and cow shit and mud all
Oh
the
my
time. Like, it's
God.
not like I'm swinging on a rope swing and
Yeah.
like looking all pretty. I'm the part where like all the eggs are busted all over me and I'm disgusting.
Yes. That's amazing.
So,
No,
but
I love
it is
it.
very fun.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Your TikToks are like, I feel like the glam of it with the sound, and it has like the horses and everything. That's like probably more so during the summer. The winter, I
Yeah.
imagine, is rough.
Winter is brutal. It's so cold. It is like disgusting out. Like I don't want to go in the barn. I don't like riding in the cold is so brutal because like riding boots are so thin. It's just a thin piece of leather. Like your toes get so cold. You jump off the horse and you step on the ground. It feels like your shins like shatter. And
Oh my gosh.
but other than that, like the summertime is the best. Like take the horses swimming. It's like straight up the Hannah Montana movie.
That's
Oh.
awesome. And so when watching the Hannah Montana movie, was that like extra special for you?
Oh yeah, like I was convinced that I was gonna fall in love with a farmhand at like 16 years old too, and like, I sometimes think that I have like imposter syndrome and that I think that I'm Miley. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
I
oh,
feel
like,
that.
that's gonna be me.
Yes.
But it's definitely like a connection like that's different. Like I'm like, wow, this is so cool because like I kind of like live like this movie a little bit. Like I live on the horse farm. Like I take the horses swimming like they do, and it's super fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But, like that movie makes me cry.
Oh, for sure. I rewatched it like not too long ago, and the part where she's like about to reveal herself like made me tear up again.
Yeah, the revolving door part that makes me cry.
Because she
Yeah.
cries. And it's kind of like
Yeah.
seeing your mom cry, you know? You don't want to see your mom cry. It makes you cry. That's kind of how I
Yeah.
feel about Miley. Like, if I see her crying, I'm like, oh my God, who cut some
Yeah.
onions
Every
in
time I
here?
want to feel something, I watch the last song. I watch the last song like every 3 months.
Oh,
Just so I
yeah.
can get a
The
good
last
cleansing cry.
song.
I need
Ugh.
to go back to that one. It's actually been a long time since I've watched that.
Same.
Ugh,
Yeah,
prepare
I
yourself.
wasn't like a Liam hater, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, love them, ship them, endgame. But now that they've been apart, sometimes I'm like, I kind of miss them. Like they were kind of
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
No, I do.
But it's more like the
They had
nostalgic
like
part of it.
they had like the high school. I think what makes it so special is like you can literally see them in that movie like fall in love.
I
When
know.
Yes.
Like, and like then it's like, oh my God, you were such an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
That's why I won't listen to the song When I Look at You
Yeah.
from that
Yeah.
movie because it's about him and I can't do it.
I
Mhm.
hope you find it from that movie. That song. I hope you find it. It played like in the credits. That's
Yeah.
a really good song. That's so underrated, I feel like.
Underrated and never
I
talked about.
love that song so much. Like every soundtrack I think she's ever put out is just iconic.
Well, of
Yeah.
course. I know. I say that about every single one. I'm like, well, that's like her best work ever.
Yeah.
I came back to recently from Bolt. I Thought I Lost You. That was my
Yes.
hyperfixation song for the last month. It's been my hyperfixation song. Every day I'm
Love
going to school and
that.
I'm singing that song.
It's crazy
Good
that
old
she
John
wrote that.
Travolta.
Like she wrote that
Mhm.
herself. And she was like 15.
And John Travolta,
Yeah.
like
Did he have writing credits on that? I don't think he did.
I don't know if he did. I just know he's featured in it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, he sang it with her.
I know he don't look that great now, but during that time he was kind of his daddy.
Oh.
Kind
He was
of.
popping off in that time.
Kind
This is a safe
of.
space, yeah.
This is a safe space, right?
This is a hear me out situation.
Yeah,
sure
hear me
is.
out. Watch Grease. I know it was from like 40 years ago, but watch Grease.
I think
I
his
thought-
hottest is in Hairspray, honestly.
Oh,
True. I'm here
I
with
don't-
you, yes.
I don't claim that one. I don't claim that John Travolta.
No, I'll
Um,
put that in my cake for sure.
Yeah, that's on my hear me out cake.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
triple E, you
gosh.
have to.
Speaking of the Hannah Montana movie, Lucas Till, right? That was the like love interest. I thought that Miley, like Cyrus, was going to fall in love with Lucas Till. Like I thought that they were going to be like together in real life. Because I remember
Me
seeing
too.
photos of them during that time on like behind the scenes, and they were like all cuddling and like they seemed pretty
Cozying
close.
up.
I think,
Yeah.
didn't he also date Taylor Swift though?
Yes. Yes.
And I think that might be
You
where-
think?
I don't know, because it was around the same era. Like when she was in Hannah Montana is when she released Fearless, and
Yeah.
he was in what song was he in?
You
the
Belong With Me.
music video for? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he was.
I don't know. So I don't know, but hey, I saw them at the Grammys. They were pictured up together.
No, that wasn't real.
Are you dead ass?
I'm
No, that wasn't real. That was
serious.
photoshopped.
No.
I was about to say, like, what photo are you talking about? Because we've been wanting them to interact with each other for so long, but that was
Oh my
photoshopped. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like reshared it on my TikTok too. I was like, the world is healed.
So you are to blame.
know.
I'm just kidding. No, we had so many people
Oh,
commenting on our
no.
reel that was like, they were photographed together. Stop spreading lies. I'm like, guys, this was photoshopped.
yeah.
We wish. We've been manifesting it.
Because we've been so trained on Miley. I don't know if you're involved on Miley Stan Twitter at all, but these bitches love to just spread rumors and lie. And so I've been so
Oh,
trained
really?
not to believe a single thing or picture that I see of Miley Cyrus until it's like confirmed true by her team.
No,
I
it's
won't.
true.
Okay,
Like,
true.
We're with Flowers, the Flowers music video. Do you remember hearing people talking about how they recorded it in a house that Liam cheated on her with like 14 women at? So
Yes.
those kind of lies are what the fandom will get on Twitter and be like, let's start up something to like get press up about this song.
Yeah.
And also, like,
yeah.
what about the rumor about like the Bruno Mars thing? Like that was also a rumor, correct?
I don't know.
I don't feel like that was confirmed anywhere. That was their like wedding
Because-
song.
No, like
No, that
apparently
he's
Bruno Mars
suing
was
her.
suing
Oh,
her.
I think that's real.
Oh.
I think that's real. Yeah.
For real? I thought he gave her credits for it because I thought she like
Oh.
got approved to sample it.
I'm
Oh, I
sure
don't
that she
know.
did. Like, she's not just gonna do.
Yeah,
like,
because they
it
just
really
they just
obviously
released
is a
that
sample.
song "Doctor" together, right?
No,
that was Pharrell.
Yeah.
I'm mixing up people.
No,
Yeah,
the kind of same genre of man.
I don't know if anything came of that,
The suing.
haven't heard.
I feel like I mean,
but I think it was real.
And apparently it wasn't Bruno Mars. It was like Bruno Mars's team
Yeah.
or people that
That's
worked
so
for his
annoying.
team.
There's no way that she didn't go about that in the right way. Like, she's Miley
She didn't
Cyrus.
seem-
She knows
yeah.
how to play
Yeah,
this
correct.
game.
She did not seem worried about it at all. I feel like they'll probably like they'll lose against Miley and her
And
lawyers.
also, why are you waiting almost 2 years for it after it's come out to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, after it's gotten all these like Grammys and everything. Yeah,
Stupid.
I think Jaded should have got the Grammy. I think that was way better
Oh.
than Flowers.
for sure. That's
Absolutely.
Sorry.
I feel like that's like a worldwide thought that people have is Jaded like deserved better, but Jaded like didn't pop off immediately though. It like took a minute, I
No.
feel like, for
And did
people
you
to
guys
get into
ever
it.
hear the unreleased version of the bridge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why wasn't that put in it? Because that's 10 times better than the bridge that's in it now.
I know. Yeah,
It's
like why
And she
didn't
kind
she
of
put
is
that?
going like that to Liam in it.
Yes. Yes, she really was.
But like that's what I
I-
wanted.
I love her and Max Miranda together though now. I think like
Oh, I ship them so hard.
I feel like he's just a nice, like sweet, quiet boy. And I feel like that's like exactly like what she needs. Someone
Yeah.
very like
Mhm.
normal, down to earth, quiet and reserved because she's like a whole star. She needs someone to like balance her out, I feel like.
And someone that's not gonna like shame her for being her.
Yes,
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
Like, he is like so content with her. Like he knows like you're Miley fucking Cyrus. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
his crazy
really
hair.
appreciative of that. I love his hair.
Yeah.
It's
Are you gonna grow your hair out?
it's- Yeah, I kind of went a little Britney, but like, no, I am gonna grow it back out. I like 3 weeks ago rebuzzed it because it like is at the stage it was at right now, and I was like, I don't like this awkward face.
I
Like,
know.
So now it's gonna take forever and so many awkward faces to grow back out, but by
It's
summertime
true.
it should be okay.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Take some biotin and maybe it'll help your hair
Yeah.
grow faster.
Little Rogaine.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I
Go to
loved
Turkey
your-
like Travis Kelce.
Yes. I
Whatever you
loved your
gotta do.
TikTok of 11 when I'll plug it in the final version of this podcast.
Understand that there are consequences to your actions.
You are like Papa!
Really? I'm like that psychotic.
It was so funny. I showed my boyfriend. I showed my boyfriend that TikTok, and he doesn't laugh very often at things because he's too cool. But he thought that was really funny. He started laughing out loud.
Perfect.
I was like, "This is who we're gonna have on our podcast." He was like, "That's hilarious."
No, your TikToks are so good, and I have been following you for a while, so it's so fun to meet you and chat with you.
We've been trying to organize this for a while now. It was all on me, but I'm glad that we finally got it get going.
Yeah.
Got together.
No, you're booked and busy. Honestly, I commented on that last TikTok you did about the Miley Power Hour. And our best friend Evan sent it to us because he loves your TikTok. And he was like, you guys have, and he's also our biggest fan of this podcast. He's just all into supporting us. And he was like, have you gotten him on? You need to get him on. And I was like, you're right. Let me shoot my shot again and comment. And then it just kind of worked out. And so when I told him, I was like, I finally got him on. And he's like, he was fangirling because he loved your content. Also, your 25 days of shotmas. Oh my God. So funny. I literally every day during that time go to your TikTok and I'm like, what is it today?
Yes.
Is it diesel fuel today?
I think this year was the worst out of all of them. And I say that every year, but this year truly, I think people tried to kill me.
Oh
for
God.
Real.
They're like WD-40, please.
No, literally. What was the one that was so bad?
I was going to ask you what the worst one was. That was your worst one?
I didn't do it because I was like, I'm not doing this but I did moonshine instead, which is just as bad.
Yeah.
I think the worst one was, ew, God, it was my brother's comment. It was day 2 is the blue cheese dressing.
Oh yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah. Heinous, absolutely heinous comments that you get.
Disgusting. Yeah.
And everyone just comes for you because they like all of them. They like the worst ones to get them up there.
And people put their post notifications on, or mine at least, and my friends will put it on during that time, and they'll be like, wet cat food, and so then all my friends will like that one, and so they'll start gaining the traction first. I'm like, you guys are assholes. I'm gonna block you guys.
Literally.
For the month of December.
So the worst one was
Christmas
Everclear.
Day, I'll unblock you. Yeah, but I never actually did it. So
no, because that's rubbing alcohol.
Oyster sauce.
Oyster sauce. I did see that one. Yeah, that's nasty.
That one was last year. That was bad.
Oh my God. That's so fun, though. It is.
Have you ever tried, Becky, what is it? Malort?
Malort.
A lot of people were commenting that this year. And I saw I just saw it was trending a few days ago. People taking shots of it. Apparently it's so bitter and so bad.
It is.
I think it's delicious.
I fear that it's going to be on there next year.
Yeah, you're going to have to. If you ever come visit me in Chicago, we'll go out and do it, okay?
It's a Chicago thing, right?
It's
like
wormwood,
a
right?
Chicago party trick. What'd you say? Yeah, wormwood.
It's made out of wormwood.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's made out of absinthe, same thing that makes absinthe.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know what? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah. I love that. Okay, before we close up, talk a little bit about the Down Bad strips that you're a part of. I know it's kind of perfect for your brand because if anyone knows a hangover, it's you.
So I partnered up with 2 people, Sydney and Brendan. They're absolutely fantastic. They had already had the brand and it was coming along, and they were we really need someone to come along and promote it, and someone that gets hangovers. And I was like, sounds great. So I they sent me a bunch of stuff. I tried it for a while and I absolutely loved it. I have tried every hangover remedy in the world, every single product that's out there. I've tried all the competitors. They don't work. They literally don't work. And I think the problem is that they're powders. So you're supposed to drink them when you get home or whatever. You're so drunk you forget to do it.
No, that's my problem.
You do it the next day.
Yes.
So I actually literally have everything sitting here. You put them on your tongue before you go to sleep. Not before you go to sleep. Before you drink. Before you even start drinking.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the science behind it is very quickly your body breaks down alcohol into a few different compounds, but acetaldehyde is the one that makes you feel really shitty, and it makes your body kind of acidic, your blood, and it stops acetaldehyde from forming. So
oh wow.
Cool.
And I will say 1 in every 10 people, they'll be oh, it feel like it lessened, but it didn't really work for me. But then everyone else is like, holy shit. Like, I used to, obviously, you see the hangovers, like, I'd be, like, 2 to 3 business days I was hungover.
Yeah.
And so, like, I can wake up and I can run a full, 5K or whatever on the treadmill and work out and be fine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's what I always fall into with liquid IV does help me, but I have to drink it right before I go to bed, like after I get home from the bar, and then drink it again in the morning. But I always forget to do it when I get home because I'm not even in my right state of mind, let alone thinking about that. Even if I set it out on the kitchen counter, like next to a bottle of water, I will still be like, I can't see it. Like,
or like I'll mix it up and I'll take it to my nightstand and I'll have like 3 sips, and then as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm asleep.
Yes, exactly.
So like,
and
I
then
don't
you
drink
wake
it.
up and it's too late, and now that flavor, that's the last thing you want.
Horrible.
Ugh.
Also,
I want a McDonald's Coke.
Yes. Because that's like probably the worst thing for your body at that point. My favorite last thing about your TikTok is one of my favorite TikToks of you is an old one. You were so young in this, I feel like, but your tooth was chipped. I have so many questions. First of all, did you recorded that drunk and then you posted that like drunk or blacked out, or was this like a draft situation and then you posted it later?
I fully this was a horrible drinking situation. I never want to get this drunk ever again. I definitely have though, but like I was drinking all night and I was mixing hella shit. Like I was mixing liquor, wine, beer, like I was just a mixing pot. And I was at my friend's house, and like in my mind, I thought that I could gracefully fall down the steps and like make it look like a party trick. Except it was an 1800s farmhouse and the steps are like this. So like there's no gracefully falling down them. It's just you fall just straight down. Gravity takes a hold. Like you're dead. So then obviously I tumble down and just smack my face on the kitchen floor.
Oh God.
And my tooth is in my mouth and like I spit it out. And I didn't feel no pain at that moment. Like I was like, this is so funny. Like, ha ha ha. I had just been working at my dental office for 3 days. I immediately call my brand new boss at 3 a.m.
You're kidding.
Out, crying. And I'm like, I need you to fix my tooth. And he didn't answer. I left him a message. And so the anxiety was horrible.
Dude. I was about to say.
So he calls me at 6 a.m. and I wake up and my tooth, like my face, my lips were fat. Like my face was bruised and my tooth hurt so fucking bad.
Yeah.
He calls me at 6 a.m. He goes, I'm going to the dental office now. Like I have like emergency patients if you want to come in. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll be there. I pulled up and he goes, you smell so bad. And I was like, oh my God. He fixes my tooth, which is great. And then like a year later, I needed a root canal and a crown because it started to like the nerve started to die on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like literally fixed my tooth and I was like, all right, see you Monday morning. And I'd been working there for like literally 3 days.
That's incredible.
Did you know your boss before you started, or was he like a random like stranger? He was a stranger.
My friends went to him as their dentist, and like he's like a very old school dentist. So like he's very relaxed and like he's not like judgy or anything. Like,
that's
he was
good.
he was like, yeah, I had some. He went to like Temple in Philadelphia, so like he was like, I had some like college party days. Like, don't you worry. Like, I feel you there. He was like, but,
nice.
Like 3 days into my employment, I'm calling you at 3 a.m. like crying that I broke my tooth out of my mouth.
Oh my God, the way that I'd have to get a new job.
Same.
No, it keeps me up at night still 5 years later.
Yeah, you just can't think about it. Like you just have to selectively like not remember that. Sorry, we're bringing it up.
I try to block it out. But it doesn't work.
We had to finish this episode with a little bit of trauma. But
absolutely,
that's one of my favorite videos. When I was watching it and you move your hand and it's chipped, I'm like, the way I audibly gasped.
So bad. It was so bad.
And you were so
beautiful
young
now.
Yeah. No, your teeth look great now.
I was like 19 or 20. Yeah, it's this one.
Look at her.
Look at her, a little ceramic crown now.
It's a little Miley veneer.
Oh my God, wait. Yeah. The veneer joke at the SNL. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, and did you see her? She's like, is this about me? Like, she literally was like side-eyeing. Honestly, and I also missed the snaggletooth of Miley. That's like the last thing I have to input. Like, her little front teeth. That was so her, and I loved that on her.
I
I
know.
know. The veneers are definitely getting out of hand, not just with her, but like Hollywood in general.
Everyone. Yeah.
Everyone. Somebody made like a TikTok.
Everyone's natural teeth are so beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it just makes people look different from one another. And so when you have
Mhm.
everyone, all the actors and actresses in Hollywood all having the same pair of teeth in their mouth, then it's just not, they're not looking like average people anymore. I don't know. That's kind of my 2 cents
Yeah.
on it. Even though
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably get me some nice teeth if I had that money.
Honestly, hey, I got one already. I just got some few more to go.
Yeah, you already have a head start.
So,
Yeah, no, I hate on it, but then at the same time, I'm like, well, if I was Miley, and I'm sure she got like made fun of when she was younger for her teeth, and
Yeah.
who knows? Like she probably was like, I'm just gonna do this, and now her mom has veneers, Brandy has veneers. I'm sure Billy
She's got
Ray
a whole
does.
veneer closet, probably. So
Anyway,
you know what? Hell
anyway,
yeah.
Brady,
okay,
thank
share,
you so much for being
yes.
here.
And I want you to
Thank you
share
for
where
having
people can
me.
find you if they're not familiar with your TikTok. What's your
You
TikTok
can find
username?
me at Brady Hoffman 313 on TikTok, and Instagram is Brady Hoffman _ I'm pretty sure.
Woo! Wait, I need to do this. Hold on, I have a soundboard. It just takes a long time to get to. Yay!
This was
Thank you
sickening.
so much
Oh
for
my
coming
God.
on.
Am I still
we
here?
really appreciate it, and I know we were bugging you for this
Shit.
for a long time.
No, I loved it.
But I just like knew you from, like Becky said, that TikTok of you getting in the cold plunge, which I think they removed your sound.
They did.
So you got to get back in there, and yeah, because we were like
Yeah.
looking up the video, and Becky
I
found it. She's
I
like,
was
"Oh no,
scrolling
this
and scrolling and scrolling yesterday because I was like,
Yeah,
this
because
is
it's
why.
down there.
it's down there."
Yeah, and I found it, but the sound is gone.
Okay, I'll
Because you
re-upload
didn't
it if I
buy the
can.
song, Brady.
No, do you remember when they took off all the sounds like a while ago?
Yeah.
They took off all the.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it probably has something to do with that, but
But that was like an original song. I don't know. Or original sound, whatever.
Thank you so
real
much.
Miley fan. You really are.
And maybe we'll
Tatted.
kick it back and we'll have like a Miley Hannah Montana Power Hour together or something.
Perhaps
Yes,
we should do
yes.
that.
I completely agree.
I fear we should.
I
Yeah.
fear that we should. Actual fear, yes.
I fear.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm not. I know that back to front.
I know. No, it's so good. Every time Becky and I are like, when we do get together, because she lives like 4 hours from me now, I'm like, we have to do a power hour. And
Power hour.
like I try not to annoy like my other friends too much with it, because it's always the same power hour, which is the Hannah
Mhm.
Montana one.
The one.
But usually, yeah, I know Becky doesn't mind. Evan usually doesn't mind, but other people are probably like, oh God, this bitch again.
It's the best one. I haven't
It
found a power hour that's
is.
better than that. So,
I won't keep you
but
too
thank
much
you guys
longer.
so much for having me.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. It was
Yes.
Thank
so
you.
fun.
I really had a lot of fun.
Bye.
I will. Bye. Have a good night, guys.